Hey Falcons fans, I have a question for you. Are we finally on the verge of winning a major battle in free agency? This morning brought some exciting news that could be a game changer for Atlanta, and I bet many of you might not fully grasp its significance yet. So, listen closely. This move could reshape the future of our team. But first, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you can stay updated on all the thrilling news about the Atlanta Falcons. We're here to bring you the hottest updates in the NFL, and you won't want to miss a thing. Now let's dive in. Earlier today, the Chicago Bears made a bold move by trading for Joe Thuney, one of the top guards in the league, who has 4 Super Bowl rings from his time with the Patriots and Chiefs. But that's not all. In less than 48 hours, the Bears also picked up Jonah Jackson. So, what does this mean for the Falcons? Let me explain. Chicago has just made a significant investment to strengthen their offensive line, which likely means they're out of the running for Drew Dalman, our center who is about to hit free agency. Why is this important for Atlanta? If the Bears were interested in Dalman, it could have turned into a bidding war, making it tough for the Falcons to compete. Talk to any Bears fan, and I bet they'll tell you that Drew Dalman was at the top of their wish list. Reporter Jeremy Fowler, covering the Indianapolis Combine, noted that the Bears were keen on boosting their interior line, with Dalman being a top target alongside Aaron Banks and W. Fryer. Now that Chicago has invested heavily in 2 guards, will they still be willing to spend big on an elite center? It seems likely that they might be out of the running for Dalman, especially since they expect to use their draft picks to bring in Thuney and Jackson. And let's not forget, the Bears will also need to pay Thuney a contract extension. Is it really worth it for them to spend even more on another player from the same position? It seems like a stretch. This could mean the Falcons will face less competition in keeping Drew Dalman, avoiding a bidding war. Of course, other teams could still jump into the mix, but let's be realistic. If free agency becomes an option, Atlanta might struggle to compete. The team is already about $5 million over the salary cap, and while the Falcons value Dalman, they won't make any wild moves. The most likely scenario is that Atlanta will offer him between $13 million and $15 million per year. If Dalman wants more than that, he might end up playing for another team. So, Falcons fans, do you think Atlanta can keep Drew Dalman? Let me know in the comments with a simple yes or no. The big question is, do the Falcons really want to pay to keep Dalman? He's an excellent center, especially in the run game, and he knows how to create space for our running backs. However, when it comes to pass protection, he's not exactly among the best in the NFL. He's solid, but he's not the kind of player you can't afford to lose. This means Atlanta needs to make a smart choice. If Dalman gets a big offer, should they commit a large chunk of their salary cap to keep him? Or could they find a more affordable player and use the savings to strengthen other areas of the team, like the defense? This is an important point to consider. The market for centers is getting inflated, with players at this position landing bigger and bigger contracts. A team desperate for a quality center might end up offering Dalman an unrealistic price. If that happens, the Falcons might not be able to compete. If a team offers Dalman between $16 million and $18 million per year, does it make sense for Atlanta to match that? Probably not. That would be a hefty investment in a solid player, but one who isn't a game changer at his position. On the flip side, if the market isn't too aggressive and Dalman receives offers in the range of $13 million to $15 million, then the Falcons might have a real shot at keeping him. Another important factor in this decision is that the Falcons already have a backup plan in place. Ryan Neuzil is a name the coaching staff likes, and he could step into the center position without a significant drop in performance. While he may not have the same experience as Dalman, if the Falcons can keep him for a much lower salary, it could free up valuable resources to strengthen other areas of the team. So, fans, I want to hear your thoughts. Should the Falcons do everything they can to keep Drew Dalman, or should they invest that money in other parts of the team? Leave your comments below. Now let's talk about a bold and unexpected idea. The Falcons going after a free agent who might raise some eyebrows. We all know Atlanta's defense had its ups and downs last season. While Jesse Bates III was a game changer in the secondary, the unit as a whole still needs some reinforcements. That's where this surprising suggestion comes in. According to Will McFadden, a senior editor at FALCONS.com, Atlanta should seriously consider signing former Carolina Panthers safety Jordan Fuller. Yes, you heard that right, targeting a player who just spent last season with a division rival. At first glance, this might seem a bit puzzling, but when you dig deeper, there's actually a strong case to be made for this move, so let's break it down. McFadden points out that Falcons head coach Raheem Morris is very familiar with Jordan Fuller. Morris coached him from 2021 to 2023 when he was the defensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams. During that time, Fuller developed into a reliable starter. In fact, during the Rams' Super Bowl winning season in 2021, Fuller played a crucial role in their defense. In 2023, under Morris, he had arguably the best year of his career, starting all 17 games and making a significant impact. Over 4 seasons with the Rams, Fuller recorded 279 tackles, 17 pass defenses, 7 interceptions, and 4 forced fumbles. Those are impressive numbers, especially considering the type of defensive schemes Morris runs. This means Fuller wouldn't need a long adjustment period. He already knows exactly what Morris expects, making him a plug-and-play option from day one. One of the most surprising aspects of this report is that it comes straight from the Falcons' official website. It's rare for a team employee to openly advocate for a free agent signing like this. Remember, McFadden works for the Falcons, and anything he says could be seen as an indirect endorsement from inside the organization. This kind of public support is something agents love because it can drive up a player's market value. The fact that this argument is being made so openly suggests there might be some genuine interest brewing behind the scenes. So, what would Fuller bring to the Falcons? McFadden describes him as a safety who excels in zone coverage and works best as a deep safety. This would be a perfect complement to Jesse Bates, who is versatile enough to move around the field. Adding Fuller could give the Falcons one of the most complete safety tandems in the league. Of course, there are some concerns. According to Pro Football Focus, Fuller's best attributes last season were his tackling and run defense, while his coverage grades were less impressive. In fact, 2024 was statistically his worst season in coverage. But Next Gen Stats tells a different story. Fuller forced tight window throws on 26.2% of passes thrown into his area, which was the second highest rate among safeties in the NFL last year. That's the kind of stat that doesn't always show up in traditional grading, but makes a significant impact on the field. Last season with the Panthers, Fuller recorded 54 combined tackles and 1 pass defense in just 9 games. His most productive year was back in 2021 when he tallied 113 tackles and 4 pass defenses. He also had 3 interceptions as a rookie and matched that total again in 2023 with the Rams. The upside is clearly there, and if the Falcons can sign him to a short-term deal similar to what Carolina did last offseason, this could be a low-risk, high-reward move. So now, the big question is, should the Falcons go for it? They need help in the secondary, and there's a clear connection between Fuller and Morris. Plus, Atlanta could likely sign him to a team-friendly contract. But is he the right fit? Or should the Falcons aim for a bigger splash in free agency or the draft? I want to hear from you, Falcons fans. Do you think Jordan Fuller would be a smart signing, or would you prefer to see Atlanta pursue a different name in free agency? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's get this conversation started. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any breaking news as we gear up for a crucial offseason. Go Falcons!